I don't know if you've heard of it, but there's a little film coming out called the Odyssey. It's directed by this up-and-comer who's maybe got a future called Christopher Nolan.
Never heard of him.
So, this movie's on the way, and it has got... I need to bring this up on screen because it's just ridiculous. Look at this cast. Anne Hathaway, Academy Award winner, by the way. Matt Damon, Academy Award winner, by the way. Tom Holland, marrying Zendaya, so he wins at life. Robert Pattinson, Benny Safdie, Charlize Theron, John Bernthal, Mia Goth, Zendaya, Elliot Page, Logan Marshall Green, John Leguizamo, Academy Award winner Lupita Nyong'o from Sons of Anarchy, my all-time favorite character on Sons of Anarchy. Ryan Hurst, who has autographed this leather cut for me, by the way. Anyway, it goes on.
Joe Jonas,
one of the most stacked casts of all time. Anyway, we talked about how Tom Holland is in there. Well, Tom Holland is now saying, if I can find my piece there we go. Tom Holland is now saying this Odyssey thing is simply, as Deadline has it, the best script I've ever read. Now, I did send out the show notes today.
You did?
Of Chris, or Tom Holland saying this is the best script I've ever read. To which one of the guys on our thread, Scott, responded with, Tom Holland has only been in Marvel movies and bad movies. And he's not wrong. So Tom Holland saying maybe I have, this is the greatest.
Ray would get mad because he likes Uncharted.
Yeah. There's stuff to like about Uncharted. There's stuff to like about Uncharted. I'm not going to say it's great, but there's stuff to like about it. But anyway, look, everybody knows Christopher Nolan's the guy, right? Him and Denis. I mean, that's pretty much it. They're the two best in the business right now. And Christopher Nolan actually, for some people who didn't realize this, Christopher Nolan actually wrote the script to the Odyssey as well. And Tom Holland just has gushed about just saying straight up, flat out, and he's been around for a while now saying this is the best script we've read. Rob, coming off of Christopher Nolan's, dare I say, triumph of Oppenheimer, winning Best Picture, winning a ton of Oscars, almost becoming $1 billion film, now rolling into the Odyssey. Now we've got guys in saying like, this is simply the best script I've ever read. How big is this film going to be? Not just in terms of box office, because a lot of people are going to go see it, but how big can this movie maybe even become in his repertoire of film? I mean, could this be a film? Because this is something I wouldn't even thought of a year ago when they announced it. Could this actually become a film that when people say Christopher Nolan, instead of first saying The Dark Knight, could this become the film that maybe supplants The Dark Knight as being the crown jewel of Christopher Nolan's thing right now? Like, it's building up. I don't know. How do you see that?
Well, like Jimmy C, you don't bet against C-Note ever. But I think, though, that this, it's the subject matter. I think the fact that this is a historical epic based on Homer's epic poem is, it doesn't have the delicious insides that a Batman movie has for the audience. At least maybe not yet. If this has a Lord of the Rings feel to it or something like that, I mean, it is quite a great story. It does have a lot of fantastical elements that I can't wait to see depicted on the big screen. By the way, Ralph Fiennes played Matt Damon's role in a movie that came out last year. Yeah. So it really depends on the unique approach he brings to it. And that said, I would have thought that, no one's going to go see Dunkirk. And I would have said, Oppenheimer? Who's going to go see Oppenheimer? I'm going to go see it. I was wrong on both counts. Not only was I wrong, I was very wrong. I was blown out of the water wrong, like you're an idiot, Rob. I couldn't believe what he was able to do and what he was able to accomplish with Dunkirk. I was mesmerized by that movie, and I thought it's just about guys stuck on a beach.
Even Dunkirk looked like it would be a more crowd-pleasing movie because you had war, you had the aerials, you had the ships at sea.
Well, we're going to have that too in this.
Right, but then Oppenheimer, but Oppenheimer is a talky period piece semi-biopic.
Dude, I know.
Like, who would have saw that thing almost making $1 billion?
That's why C-Note, you always lay one down for him, because $100 you give C-Note, he'll turn it into $1 million. That's
Is
it.
that Christopher Nolan now, C-Note?
C-Note. He is C-Note. You man, when you walk up to his table, you lay down a hundy. That's why he's C-Note. But I don't know where I got that, but there you go.
Chris Nolan, C-Note. I get it.
Yeah, that's right. I'd C-Note.
Yeah.
But because, he's worth a hundy. It's like what Andrew Dice Clay said. I only carry hundies.
He's so money, baby. He
He's
doesn't
so
even
money.
know it.
He doesn't even know. He does know it, though, because all of his movies make a lot more money than he. But no, I think this film has the potential to be one for the ages.
You know what? I already think, and I could be wrong, I'm thinking this is going to become my new favorite Christopher Nolan film. I am guessing
That's a
now,
bold statement. We've
Well-
only seen a little trailer.
and my current one is Insomnia. I know that most people, it's going to be The Dark Knight for good reason. Insomnia happens to be my favorite.
Inception is my favorite.
Inception's great. I mean, look, he's got such a huge pantheon of these films. I think, but the way it's shaping up, when you look at the cast, you look at the momentum. He's coming off of a talky, semi-biographical period piece, and that thing nearly made $1 billion. Now he's doing a sword and sandal fantasy epic with a cast to rival any cast ever done in history. And people in that cast are saying this might be the best script we've ever read. And it's Christopher Nolan, or as you would call him, C-Note.
C-Note.
I think this might become his magnum opus. This might become his thing. This might surpass The Dark Knight. Again, you're right. That is saying a lot for having seen the trailer of a trailer. It absolutely is.
But if you think about it, source material, it's one of the most famous stories in all of human history that has endured through literally the ages. So,
all right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Tom Holland, who's obviously been in a few big movies, is saying that the screenplay for this is simply the best screenplay he's ever read for the upcoming Christopher Nolan film, The Odyssey. If he's right, I mean, could you see this becoming Christopher Nolan's new crown jewel? Again, for most fandom, they'll say Dark Knight. Understandably, 100%.
Sure.
But do you think this could become that new one? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.